We can also use your building blocks to create objection responses. And so, by the way, this is actually just the cold call script. So while we've moved on to talk about a new area here, meaning we've already talked about your cold call script, now we're talking about objection responses. We're actually not talking about new stuff that you need to say. We're actually just showing where you can go back to the stuff we've already talked about, meaning when you get the objections of what is this in regards to, or is this a sales call, you can go back to somewhere that we've already outlined in your cold call script, which are your value points. By the way, again, we're going to have a whole module that spends 1 hour talking about objection handling. So we'll get into all this. But a response that you can have to those two objections is the reason for the call is we help businesses too, and you share your value points. When you run into any of these objections, I'm not interested, we're not making any changes, we do not have budget right now, can you send me your info? We already use someone, we already purchased something for that. What you can do is you can go back to your pain questions if you haven't asked these already. So someone says, I'm not interested. I understand. If I could ask you real quick, how important is it for you to improve the conversion rates of your website? You could also respond to those same objections with your current state questions. So someone says, I'm not interested. Oh, I understand. If I could ask you, when was the last time you looked at refreshing your website? Or when was the last time you refreshed your website? So how these objection responses work to either resolve the objection or get around that, we'll talk about in that objection handling training module. Some of these objections you can also reply with your pain points, where someone's saying, oh, we're good, or I'm not interested. Oh, okay, well, I tell you what, a lot of businesses that we work with have issues with website visitors aren't converting to customers at a rate that they need. Are you concerned about any of that? So there's other objection responses that we will talk about. For example, redirecting your objection responses back to your sales process, where you're just trying to go for the meeting instead of trying to resolve the objection. We'll talk about all of that later.